What is up, everyone? Welcome back. J-Bone here. The review I'm going to be doing tonight is WWE's Clash of Champions and also the fallout from tonight's Raw. And you're probably wondering, what in the blue hell were you just playing, J-Bone? That is the YouTube free music version of Jack Gallagher's theme music that I found earlier today that I thought was just awesome. So we'll see if and when he gets to Raw if they're gonna keep that music, but I'm pretty sure that's what they played during the Cruiserweight Classic. So yeah, as long as we're talking about cruiserweights, before I get into the whole review of Clash of Champions and tonight's Raw, and I'm not going to nitpick the whole thing to death. I'm just going to go over stuff that I liked and what I thought was good. And, you know, friggin' tonight's city that Raw was in, Cincinnati, Ohio. You know, the first week, last week, that the cruiserweights were on, people were a little bit critical, including myself, you know, as far as, you know, how they should portray the cruiserweights, you know, how they should, you know, put them on Raw to use them most effectively. Tonight was probably, you know, out of the two nights that they've been on Raw, tonight was definitely a better example of how to use the cruiserweights. Okay. You know, you had the championship match, or not championship match. You had a match, a match with the champion, TJ Perkins and Tony Nese, and you had the tag team match between Swan and Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. Debut for Drew Gulak, like, shocked a lot of people, including myself, because they haven't really been revealing as far as who they've all signed. There hasn't been oh, by the way, here's the list. You know, we're just kind of finding out as I go along. Oh, and Lindsay Dorado. So we get the tag match and the singles match with the champion. Great stuff. Cincinnati, Ohio. Dear God in heaven, what the hell is the matter with you tonight? CM Punk chants and Randy Savage chants? Really? One of the highlights of what everybody complains, including myself, a 3-flippin' hour Raw, and you're going to chant CM Punk during the cruiserweights. Shame on you. Seriously, way to friggin' troll one of the best things that the brand has right now. You know, we want the cruiserweights to succeed. We want guys like TJ Perkins, Brian Kendrick, Swan, Alexander. The list goes on and on. Drew Gulak, who debuted tonight. Another thing they did positive is the guys that you hadn't seen before. They gave little preview clips on who they were. Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. You know, as they were coming down to the ring, they were like, by the way, these guys were in the Cruiser Classic. This is who they were. That was perfect. That was a great little way to segue into the match, show who these guys are, the guys that you might not have seen before, the casual fan. Why the crowd? That just pissed me off to no end tonight. You know, it's like these guys are busting their ass. They're finally getting a chance. They're getting slingshot the Raw. Who gets that chance nowadays? But okay, besides AJ Styles, seriously, who gets that chance? Not too many guys that I can think of. You know, I'm not going to walk down the streets of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, run into the Beer City Bruiser, and, oh, by the way, tonight he's going to be on Raw. You know, it's no, might that happen someday? Absolutely. But, you know, you just, you know, these guys are getting a shot, and, you know, the crowd tonight just shit all over them. I don't want to talk about it through the whole thing, but I had to get that off my chest. Since, you know, Cincinnati, you fucked up tonight. Seriously, you really did, and it pissed me off, and it pissed off a lot of fans. Go look at the tweets on Twitter. You'll see it's ridiculous. Um, so, and as much as I've been complaining about how long 3 hour Raws have been lately, I thought actually tonight was pretty good. But let's go over some stuff from the Clash of the Champions. My predictions were horrible. I didn't hardly get any of them right, but that's neither here nor there. That's not a big deal. So, and I didn't watch the pre-show, so I'm not even going to talk about Nia Jax. Oh, you're hating on Nia Jax. No, I just didn't watch the pre-show. Doesn't mean I'm not going to watch it eventually. I'm just not talking about it now. I'm not like other girls. Yeah, we know you're not like other girls. All right. The main card starts with the New Day versus Gallows and Anderson. And they freaking lost again tonight on Raw. How many times are you going to have Gallows and Anderson lose? Seriously. It's if the New Day, okay, I love the New Day, okay? They have helped redefine tag team wrestling in the WWE again. Fine, I get it, love it, whatever. But enough is enough. You can keep them together and have them do whatever the hell you want. Give Big E the Universal Championship. Give him the ship him off to SmackDown. Give him the United States Championship. Have all three guys hold the United States Championship. Make it, you want to do a running joke with these guys. You want to make them funny. Have them freebird the United States Championship. Whatever. But man, the over 400 days now, or whatever it is, that's enough. That's over a year. That's. Oh, well, they've got to break Demolition's record. No, they don't. It's not a matter of that. That's ridiculous. That's a different era. That's a different time. You don't have to do. It's not even the same championship, for crying out loud. It's just dumb. I mean, how long are you gonna? And the New Day is even acting heelish again. Cheating to win. Whoa, what the heck? Okay, so who's the heel? I like Gallows and Anderson. I've liked those guys for a while. And I wish, it looked like they were going to give them a chance because they completely destroyed the Dudleys on their way out of the WWE. And now there's, what are you doing? Oh, let's throw Sheamus and Cesaro, who can't even be in the same room together, at them. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, let's go on to the Cruiserweight Championship match between T.J. Perkins and Brian Kendrick. A nice little surprise from this was actually T.J. Perkins' debut on the main roster. We've seen the other guys first before we saw the champ, which is kind of weird. But nonetheless, we finally got to see him. Everybody's going nuts over the entrance because it's like a retro, like arcade game sounding whatever, I played a lot of video games in my time. I couldn't tell you exactly what it sounded like. Somebody off the top of their heads, some video game nerd, probably be like, oh, it's Zelda or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But it's cool. I like it. I appreciate it, Great match between the two. And it looks like the two are even going to face again next week in a rematch. And these two, they're building up a feud. That's great. They're building up the Cruiserweight division. I'm really excited about that. I think that's great. Let's see what else. Not too much else to talk about me personally for that. It was a lot of fun to watch, and tonight was great. What's next here? Cesaro versus Sheamus. I went into this not giving a rat's ass. Honestly, if you heard the reviews I was on, it, you know, Sheamus was 3-up, then Cesaro was, caught up. But throughout this match, when I was watching it last night on the network, man, that last match finally sold me. I don't know what it was, but I was watching them and I was like, it's what I wanted. I wanted these two guys just to destroy each other. Not that you want to see guys get hurt, okay? Don't get me wrong. But, these two guys, that's one thing they're good at. These two can just, in the words of Jim Ross, have a slobber knocker of a match. Great stuff. Did it end the way I wanted it to? Absolutely not. I was hoping I was a little snarky in my predictions on the different shows I was on. I was like, all right, I just want Sheamus to put him out of his misery. Well, that's pretty much what happened, with the exception of Sheamus didn't win, though. Sheamus got hauled to the back because Cesaro wasn't allowed to continue. And honestly, when excuse me, when Sheamus was getting hauled to the back, he looked like he was having a flacca attack, like, losing his mind. It was like God, just get out of there. It was funny. Good match, though. Well, definitely one of the more entertaining matches of the night. Jericho beat Zayn. Don't really have too much to say about that. I was wrong with that one. It was okay. Zayn was nowhere to be found tonight. Is he injured again? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Let's see. Women's match, Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Bayley. I was wrong for that one too. I was wrong for most of these. I didn't get too many of these right. But whatever. That's the fun of trying to be the booker. What would you do? This is what I would do, Charlotte retained. Looks like she's going to hang on to that for a while. But next week, she's going to, everybody's waiting for this big Dana Brooke, backlash. I don't know. Sometimes it seems like it's building up, and like tonight on Raw, you didn't see an ounce of it. At least I didn't see it. Gosh, how long is she going to have it? Who knows? I was rooting for Bayley. I wanted them to just give it to her and freak everyone out, just because I could see different ways where they could have gone with it. Bring back Paige, completely throw the Raw women's division in a whole totally different direction. You could have kept Sasha Banks on Charlotte, bring back Emma, turn Dana Brooke on Charlotte. It could go a lot of different directions, but obviously that's not what they're doing. But we'll see. That's not to say it can't do that in the near future. But hey, WWE, there's a bunch of ideas right there. Boom, use them. United States Championship match. I was actually happy with this match. These two guys really did beat the snot out of each other. They did again tonight on Raw. And he had an even longer match. I know some people were complaining about that. The match was like I said, like a half hour. Crazy. These two just kicked the snot of each other for like an hour over the course of the last two nights. I like it. Roman Reigns is the United States champ. People are looking for a heel move. We got an ounce of that tonight. Not really. I don't, he had the chance to just like completely destroy him with the chair, and he sat down and looked at him, and that got some boos. That, they're like, okay, we don't like you anyways, but if you're going to turn heel, we'll cheer you. You're like, yay, but that didn't happen. So Rusev is no longer champ, but it looks like this feud is not over. One of the funniest parts of it, Lana dancing up on the apron on her heels, like just, I don't know, not literally dancing, just, when she went for the distraction a couple times over the last 2 nights. Oh my God. I tweeted out last night saying that, anytime she wants to pull a classic Miss Elizabeth and rip off her skirt and distract everyone, hey, I'm all for it. Didn't happen. So, Lana, hint, hint. Oh, another thing, how stupid the crowd was tonight. Or no, that was it last night? It was last night at the pay-per-view, chanting, "We want Lana." Stupid. She was right freaking there. Unreal. You're supposed to chant that when she wasn't there, when she was off training or hurt or whatever. You don't chant that when she's right there in front of you. Stupid. Main event. Man, these guys tore the shit out of each other. Owens versus Rollins, great match. Little weird on the whole Chris Jericho thing. No Triple H. Little surprised by that. I thought this was going to be a thing where they talk about Triple H. But he only shows up at special events. He only shows up at pay-per-views or whatever. Never shows up on Monday Night Raw. Like, he's there, but he's not. Well, he was there at the show last night because, Stephanie got picked up by Triple H. So he was there, but didn't have anything physical to do with the main event. So overall, I liked the show. Was I happy with some of the results? No, but did I like it? Yeah, it was all right. A lot of people saying, that this beat SmackDown's pay-per-view. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch the SmackDown pay-per-view again. Was it Backlash? I don't honestly remember how much I liked it. I don't remember. I'd have to go look at it again. But yeah, and then let's if I gave it a number, I don't know, 3 out of 5, maybe 3.5 stars out of 5. So yeah, it was good. It wasn't tremendous. You know what? I think I actually did like the SmackDown one better because I think when I gave it a number rating on the Ramblin' About Wrestling podcast, or was it this one? Whatever podcast. I talked about it a million times. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5. I was pretty happy with it. I think I did. Whatever. I forget. That's what happens when you grow old. You forget shit all the time. Tonight's Raw, the fallout from Clash of Champions. Decent Raw tonight. It seemed like this is me. This is my opinion. Did people not like this Raw? Yeah, I saw it all over the place on Twitter. But me personally, I felt like this Raw flowed. Started out with that huge match between Roman Reigns and Rusev, which I think a lot of people would have expected that at the main event. But we got, Enzo and Cass versus Jericho and Owens, which was, whatever. The crowd loves Enzo and Cass, so they're over as hell. The segment was comedic. The match was okay. It was an Enzo and Cass are not going to go down in history as, oh my God, the greatest tag team ever. Okay, their gimmick, their act, their in-ring shtick is, or out of the ring shtick, however you want to say it. is better than their wrestling. Okay, so, but it was all right. You know, it was fun. You know, I kind of checked out at that point because I was like, okay, this is the main event. But you know, where they were going back and forth on the mic, that was comedy gold. It was funny. I liked it. So we'll have to see where that goes. I think Enzo and Cass are going to be destined for big things, like getting the championship someday, but they're keeping them away from the New Day for now. I don't know. Maybe a couple months from now, we'll see that. Maybe we'll see a 10 tag team melee in Hell in a Cell in a month. I don't know. Whatever. Need more teams. Gallows and Anderson got defeated again. That just, like I said, that kind of sucked, you know? I didn't like that. Bailey defeated Anna Fields. Yay! Good to see Bailey. Who the hell is Anna Fields? Granddaughter of Grandma Fields, Mrs. Fields cookies. You know, the delicious cookies. That's who that is. Is that really who that is? Yeah. Totally. And then smack dab right around I think it was like between 8 and 8:30. So like right at the midpoint of Raw, which was perfect. Like I said, we got a Cruiserweight division match. Oh, damn. Getting tired. Cedric Alexander, Richard Swann versus Lince Dorado and Drew Gulak. Great match. A lot of fun. And like I said, they did it right with Drew Gulak. That was a shock. I don't think anyone knew that was coming. As far as a debut from him. And we got two of those tonight. We got Tony Nese too. But we got two matches, and they explained who Tony Nese was and Drew Gulak because they were brand new on Raw. So like say next week Jack Gallagher shows up against Cedric Alexander, something like that. They're not going to preview Cedric Alexander because it'll be like the third week in a row that he's been on. They'll do a little snippet probably for Jack Jack Gallagher, you know, something like that. That's how you do it. You know, educate your fans because, you know, it's why should you love these guys? Here's why. Cesaro and Sheamus beat some. What is up with all the jobbers on Raw lately? Jeez Louise. Is that to not like hurt the feelings of all the other jobbers sitting in the back waiting for a spot on Raw? I don't know. Whatever. I was kind of surprised or pleasantly surprised at the decision to make Cesaro and Sheamus a tag team. I like it, but man, these two are playing the odd couple harsh, man. It's just they're, you know, if they actually just chilled out and worked together, yeah, but then that wouldn't make any sense either, of course. I don't know. Maybe give it a couple weeks, maybe they'll get the formula together. But man, it's so hard to get behind Cesaro, like I said in some other shows, because man, the guy wears more tape than freaking I don't know, freaking football players. I don't know what. Let's throw a name out there. It's just he looks so ridiculous. I mean, if you're that banged up and if you're that hurt that you gotta completely cover yourself in tape, take a month or two off. Damn, it's so hard to get behind him because he looks like, I don't know if it's supposed to pull the sympathy card. Okay, we get it. You're hurt. You're hurt all the freaking time. It's getting ugly with him. You know, throw Sheamus against Throw Sheamus against Roman Reigns. They got history. They can work together. Why not? Let Cesaro rest up. Jeez Louise. Sasha Banks confronting the Raw Women's Champion Charlotte. Didn't really care about that segment. Apparently, they're going to face each other next week on Raw. I'll be glad when this is all done because I want them. A, I want Emma back. B, I want Paige back, and I want that to shake up the women's division. We've seen. I'm fine with Charlotte as champ, but just let's change up the competitors. We see the same stuff for so much, and then all of a sudden, Bayley's nowhere near the champions. Whatever. Cruiserweight champion TJ Perkins in the match against Tony Nese. Like I said before, that was great stuff. Shame on the city for being fucking morons. Seth Rollins crashing the highlight reel. Man, if Seth Rollins is legit hurt again, damn, that just sucks. But the guy just does so much crazy shit. He just does not know when to slow down, and he did look really bad towards the end of that match last night at Clash of Champions. Holy cow! It's like, oh, he's just selling. No, if he's walking into a clinic or whatever, getting an X-ray, that was fake too. What? I don't know. Yeah, hopefully I haven't read a lot of news today, so I heard little things here and there. Oh, he's hurt. Well, he's not that hurt. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I hope he's not. If he's just banged up, then yeah, give him a couple weeks rest or whatever he needs. He got a month till Hell in a Cell, and then he'll really destroy himself for good. Because he doesn't know any better. He just keeps going. He just, Seth Rollins is going to give the entire Hart family a flipping heart attack one of these days. It's hilarious. Bret the Hitman Hart's going to have a stroke, and they're going to give it 4 out of 10. J-Bone, you can't say that. Well, tough. I just did. So that's my thoughts. I liked the pay-per-view. I thought Raw was even better. Like I said, this Raw actually felt like it had, I was working on some older rivalries, but it just, I don't know, to me it flowed better. If you got another opinion, fine, put it in the comments. Let me know what you thought. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean you're wrong, whatever. Just talk to me. I thought it was good though. Was Raw perfect? No, it's still a hard show to watch. I tried like hell to stay awake. I'm barely staying awake doing this right now. I just, oh Jesus, need some ice. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It just, maybe it's because they spaced out the 2 different cruiserweight matches, and it was like, oh, that was like a spark here and a spark here. And it gave you something to really look forward to, something new, something fresh, And, you didn't have Braun Strowman destroying someone from, local jobber town USA. It's great, just keep Strowman in the back with Nia Jax. They'll make little squash babies. It'll be great. All right, so that's it for this one. I'm going to check out of here. Thanks for listening. Going to go live probably Wednesday night for Lucha Underground review. Probably doing that with Laz. Look for that we're going to shoot for like a half an hour after the show. So, it gives us time to prep, because we just jump into it immediately afterwards. It's just going to be a hot mess. Gives us time to get ready, go over our notes or whatever. Be a lot of fun. So, and if you haven't checked out Lucha Underground, please go check it out. If you're tired of 3-hour Raws and you're looking for something different, Lucha Underground might be just exactly what you're looking for. It's like it's got the wrestling of a really, really good NXT show, along with some crazy backstage segments and some sci-fi shenanigans thrown in there. So that's it. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Wow, what's in 2 weeks? No Mercy, SmackDown. Man, WWE's keeping me busy. We'll see you then.